Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Frost and welcome back to another GTA 5 Top 5. Hell yeah, if you're not sure what Top 5 is, well it's Top 5. Today, we're going to be counting down the top 5 tips to avoid going broke. This video came to me because the GTA Los Santos Tuners update was the biggest update GTA Online has had, player base wise, which was mental. So I'm assuming with a lot of new players in the game, there might be tips to going broke, and I'm going to tell you to avoid that. And I'm not the most richest person myself, but I can give a tip or two. So, you know, do with this what you will. If you guys want to suggest a top 5 for future reference, whether it be GTA, Rainbow Six, Overwatch, Call of Duty or Battlefield, let me know either in the comment section or my Discord, link in the description. And yeah, with that being said, let's get into this. So coming in at my number 5 spot, I've put a minimum amount or a minimum threshold, whatever you want to call it really, same thing, right? Basically, to stop you going broke, I want you to keep a minimum amount of money in your bank. Well, your online bank account, and also your real life one if you want to stop going broke. But basically, from however much money you've got now, keep a number that you don't go under. So say you've got a little bit over $1 million, set your limit to 1 million, and then that way, if you go under $1 million, you've broke the threshold. But don't go under 1 million. That way you've got a good amount of money to pay either business bills, or pay for a new business whenever it comes out, or pay for something like, I don't know, whatever you want really, but keep a minimum amount of money, whether it be 1 million, 500,000, 5 million, 10 million, however much money you've got right now. Create a threshold so that you don't go under. I will give this tip to basically anyone, doesn't have to be a new player, right? Anyone who wants to keep a certain amount of money, have like a minimum threshold of what money you don't want to go under, right? Me personally, I think it's approximately 21 million. I wouldn't go under 15 million. That's my minimum threshold. It's just kind of a good thing to have in place. Obviously you don't have to have it. This is just, a suggestion from random moron on the internet, obviously, but it's always nice to have one just in case, it's so you don't go under a certain amount of money. You've always got it as like a backup to pay for whatever, right? Whatever suits your needs on GTA Online, right? You've always got that little amount to keep you backed up. It's a good thing to have, and I would recommend it at the number 5 spot because not everyone's going to listen to it, but whatever. In number 4, I've got don't do pointless jobs. Now, I want to just point out something, right? By pointless jobs, I mean doing things solo that won't make you a lot of money. Say you're doing, obviously in the clip you're seeing racing. If you're doing racing with friends or with randoms for the fun of it, then you can absolutely do it. I'm not going to be the one to stop you from that. If that's your thing, that's your thing, absolutely. But don't go into races solo and expect to make a lot of money, basically. If you're like trying to get a lot of money and you're not looking at it from like the fun perspective, because I will admit, the stunt races and the regular races, they're fun, I'll give you that. They're fun to do with friends and stuff, and if you're doing it for fun, fair be it, right? But I wouldn't do it for money, and I'm not really going to focus on races too much because a lot of the time people just do it for fun. I'm talking about newer players specifically seem to like doing adversary modes, and I mean stuff like Arena Wars, where Arena Wars is pointless and pish in terms of money. Like, it's not good for money, trust me, and neither are a lot of the adversary modes. They're fun to do, don't get me wrong, there's no denying that they can be fun. What I'm saying is, if you're looking at it from a money-making perspective, they're pointless. And that's basically kind of what I wanted to bring to light, because you want to do it for fun, by all means, feel free to do so, but obviously if you're looking to make money, this isn't the way to do it. Basically look up any money guide on YouTube and you'll see that, stuff like adversary modes aren't part of it. Now if you want to do it when it's double money, sure, the money still isn't great, but it's something you make more. It's still not great though, so I wouldn't really recommend it, but it is your choice on what you do in the game, so, take this one with a grain of salt, if you will. In number 3, I've put a grinding goal. Now a grinding goal, it could be daily, it could be weekly, it could be monthly, however long, because I know not everyone plays the game all the time. Hell, I don't play it all the time. I play it about, I don't know, maybe once, twice every week for a certain amount of hours. But in those playtimes, I try and make as much money as I can. I've set myself the goal of 500,000 per week. That's my goal. I basically can join all my businesses together, like I do import-export, I do the Cayo Perico heist, which obviously gives me more, but you know, before the Cayo Perico heist came out, I was doing this. So yeah, a daily grinding goal, or a weekly, just a grinding goal in general, is very useful to have, because you make the money, and obviously in GT Online, the more you play it, the more money you'll make, you know, obviously, but not everyone has time to play it all the time. You know, some people have work or school, and some people like playing other games, like myself. But it's always nice to have a grinding goal, no matter what it is. It could be 500,000 like mine, it could be 1 million, 5 million, however much you think you can make and however much time you have to play. So yeah, it's always a good thing to have for a grinding goal. You can do basically anything, businesses, heists, I'm doing VIP work and MC jobs. Yeah, it's just a really good thing to have to make more money, because in GTA Online, the less time you play, the economy will leave you behind essentially. But it's not to worry, because obviously we only get 2 updates a year, but whatever, right? It's just in GTA Online, everything is turning pricey, so it's good to have the money as like a... Well, it's just good to have the money, right? Anyone who's played GTA Online knows this. It's just very good to have the money, because if you didn't have it, you're fucked, essentially, right? I'm sorry, but it's true. But yeah, that's my number 3 spot. At number 2, I put don't waste money on useless things. In the background, you're seeing me spend, you know, upgrading a car. Now, I've already upgraded the car for the most part. I'm just changing the colour on this because I didn't like the colour. But basically what I mean is, don't spend money on something you don't need, especially for, this is more so for the newer players of the game. Obviously if you've got a lot of money, by all means do it whatever you want. But what I mean is, by like pointless things, I mean, don't buy a car, a supercar especially, if you don't need it, right? Because the newer ones especially, that can cost you about, I would say the base price of 1 million, and then, God knows, upgrading it probably up close to 2 million, maybe 3 million, depending on the car. Yeah, the point is, don't waste your money on things that you don't necessarily need. Once you've got yourself all set up, like the businesses and stuff, or the ones you want to do anyway, yeah, by all means, and you've got like a certain bank account balance, and you know you're comfortable with spending money, by all means, spend whatever you want. But one thing I'm just gonna say is, don't waste your money on something that you don't need to have straight away. Stuff like cars, stuff like, you know, planes. They're good to have, don't get me wrong, to get around the map and stuff, but really you could just steal one. So I mean, it's not, you know, necessary, or buy a cheap one as well. But yeah, it's more of like a pet peeve of mine when I see someone complain about being broke and they've not got any businesses, but they've got like a full garage full of supercars, fully maxed out. You know, obviously you can do what you want, it's your game, but I'm just saying, don't complain about being broke when you're wasting your money on things you don't need. Okay? And that's my number 2 spot. You know, whatever. At number 1, I put invest in businesses. Now this seems like an obvious thing, and if there's any, you know, veteran players, I guess you could say, watching the video, then you probably already have the businesses. So, I mean, really, you could just leave at this point if you wanted, because I'm not going to say anything to you. But investing in businesses is going to help newer players especially, and, you know, if you don't have all the businesses, then it's going to help you a lot. Now, as of right now, there's quite a few businesses you can invest in. There's import-export, there's CEO crates, there's the bunker, there's the MC businesses, there's the hangar, there's the nightclub, the auto shop, the new from Los Santos Tuners update, that's new. It's a new business. There's the arcade if you want to do the casino heist. All those things, right? You could also, I'm going to throw heists in here as well, so you can throw the Kasaka in to the Cayo Perico heist, because that's the gameplay you're seeing, you know, a setup mission from that. But yeah, it's good to invest in businesses instead of from like my second point, instead of stuff like a garage full of supercars, because at least with businesses, you know you're gonna make some sort of money back. The best one to do solo, in my opinion, would either be the Kyle Perico heist, but if we're looking at just a business kind of standard, then I would say either Bunker or Import Export would be your best friend. You know, both of those being two of my favourite businesses, so obviously I might go a bit of a bias, but you know, I would say the Hangar is definitely the worst for a solo player. If you've got friends, by all means, the Hangar is going to be, you know, one of your best, but maybe it depends. You know, whatever, right? But the point is, it's good to invest in businesses because you're going to get your money back whatever you spend on it, right? So it's always a good thing to have, just so you know you don't waste money. Or not really wasting money. It's a good, businesses are the best thing to have in GT Online, because not only does it give you things to do in the game, but it also, a lot of them are passive, so you could have all of them running together, you know. So it's just a really good thing to have. You'll make a lot of money from it, and you can basically watch any business guide on YouTube. So I plan on making one at some point, but that's a future thing for me. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this top 5. Do you agree with me? Do you not? I've been your boy Frost. Peace.